Field, NFL minicamps wrapping up around the league. What are your biggest headlines coming out?
I would say what's taking place in Buffalo right now, Steve, and I think that everybody knows what has taken place with Stefon Diggs, but for those that may have missed it quickly, the head coach of the Bills, Sean McDermott, said yesterday, 2 days ago, that he was very concerned about the fact that Stefon Diggs was not with the team for the first practice of mandatory minicamp. And I would say 9 times, maybe even 95 times out of 100, when a player is missing a mandatory minicamp day, the answer is pretty straightforward. He wants a new contract. Well, Stefon Diggs got a new contract last year, and by the way, it still holds up as one of the top receiver deals in the NFL. And beyond that, 95 out of 100 times in which an issue bubbles up to the surface, it's not from the team. Sean McDermott volunteered this drama, so to speak, in Buffalo, and a day later they said that everything had been resolved and things were hunky-dory. At least that was what they led us to believe. I just have a hard time buying the idea that within 24 hours, issues that were deep enough to lead Stefon Diggs to leave the practice facility and for Sean McDermott to say that he was very concerned can all of a sudden be smoothed over. I'm continuing to keep an eye on how things are resolved there in Buffalo.
I'm with you, because to go from very concerned to being in a great spot, having Josh Allen basically say, I love this guy. I want nothing more than great things for him. And now it's okay. I mean, what do you think is going on there? Do you think it's a quarterback receiver situation, or is it deeper than that with the entire team?
It feels like it's deeper than that, because it doesn't seem like Stefon and Josh Allen are at odds. Josh Allen reiterated that he and Stefon have a great relationship. He used words that we can't use on TV or radio to describe just how much he feels about Stefon Diggs in a positive way. You know, this is something that could be maybe much deeper than anything from that those of us on the outside could ascertain, Steve, or it could be things that we maybe have taken notice of in the past. Is Stefon Diggs being utilized enough or correctly in large moments? Because unfortunately for the Bills, for all the talent they have and all of the success that they have had over the past 2 years, they've entered the echelon of teams where success is no longer measured by winning 13 games in 16 tries last year in the regular season. It is measured by a team that either wins or does not win the Super Bowl, and they have yet to do that, obviously, in franchise history and over the past few years with Josh Allen playing at the level that he has. So it feels like we've entered a new era of expectations for the Bills, and when you have those big expectations, having less than perfect performances in the playoffs might lead to some real frustration.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I also say, Field, believe what people post on social media. Believe what they say. I mean, he's been telling us all off season that something is going on. I mean, you look at all the Instagram captions and the slides that he's putting out. May 13th, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. I hate when people be like, we were both wrong. Who? I wasn't wrong for that.
You know, Steve, I am just starting to understand 18-month-old language with my daughter. And that is hard enough for me to interpret. So then having to go from that, I barely speak English, by the way, myself, to having to try to interpret social media, to me is that's asking way too much. It is incredible. You're absolutely right. Like, we simultaneously put so much stock into what people are posting on social media, but not having any idea really what they are actually trying to posit or suggest to us. It seems like something is up, though. And I'm not trying to fan the flames if it turns out that this is actually 100% resolved. But again, I go back to just a couple of very fundamental aspects of this situation, which is that if Sean McDermott goes up to the stage or goes up to the podium when he's doing his media on Tuesday and a reporter says to him, hey, is everybody here? It is so easy for Sean McDermott to say, hey, the only player who's not here on the practice field today is Stefon Diggs. It's a situation that we're aware of, and there are no concerns whatsoever. He did the opposite of that. And once he did that, it was the breaking of the dam, and all of a sudden it's all of us having a lot of questions.
Even your daughter, Kinley Yates, can attest that something was up there. Something was askew.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.